Hello, doctor.
Hello, how are you?
Okay, doctor. Yeah, old age, Uh, yes, it's pain in my knees, doctor, again.
Sorry,
Uh, yes, i it's getting worse and worse.
I see. How long have you had this pain?
Well, it's always been there with me, but in the last year, it's been worse and worse and worse. And every time I walk, it keeps creaking, and I can hear the click when I stand up from sitting position.
I see, sorry to hear that. Do you have the same problem anywhere else?
No, it's just my knees, and my last doctor said that it is because of my weight and my age, and then he said, well, basically, I have to just have them changed.
I see. So, how much do you know about how your weight would affect your knee?
Well, I understand. When you're heavier, there's more pressure on your knees, so that I understand.
I see. Do you think it's better to take some measures to reduce your weight?
I've tried that, doctor, but
I
in my age, yeah, it's difficult now.
understand it's difficult. However, I think we can start with some small goals and make some small lifestyle changes, like
Mm,
walking a little more if your needs allows it, or for example, some other activities that does not need your to put weight on your knee. And if you can reduce your weight, it would probably help you a lot with it.
okay. So then, well, I'm taking these painkillers, doctor. Do you think they would affect me in long term?
I see. What's your painkiller?
Well, I said all types really: paracetamol, ibuprofen, ice packs. Yes,
So with
I
I,
tried.
I see. With ibuprofen, we are worried that for over long term, it could affect your stomach. So we don't want to use that for long term.
Okay.
And we can replace it with acetaminophen.
Oh, I take paracetamol. Yes.
So if it works well with you, I think it's better to use that one instead of
Okay.
the ibuprofen.
That's not enough, doctor. I take paracetamol. I tried the paracetamol with codeine, but that gives me constipation.
I see.
So the doctor said we're left with the ibuprofen. The ice packs don't work so much. Do you think I would need to have a surgery, doctor, soon?
See, we have to see how your situation changes. I think at first we can give it a try to reduce your weight and do some physical activities that can help with your knee. If
Oh,
I hope
I thought physical activity makes it worse, doctor.
it depends on how you do it. If you do it slowly and, for example, you walk in water at first, like without putting pressure on your knee, it helps. If your muscles are stronger and
Okay.
if your weight is reduced, it will reduce the amount of the load that your body puts on your knee. So it could help. And we don't know if that's enough to avoid surgery. It could be a good alternative.
Yes, the good alternative would be to change me into a fish. So I should walk in the water and maybe just eat and drink water to lose weight.
We Yes, we can start with that because at first we don't want to put pressure on your knee, but as your muscles are getting stronger, you can walk on the surface on the ground too, and then you can increase the distance that you can go. I think we can start with the small goals, and after that, and at first you may need some physiotherapy too to help you with walking without pain. And when we see you can tolerate it, we can increase the amount of distance that you can walk. Are you okay with
Yes.
that?
Yeah. So do you think this way I could play soccer next year, doctor?
I don't think that's reason. I don't think that's
I know, doctor. I'm just
back
joking.
off.
Okay. Okay. Right. So how was that?
It was good. Yeah, I think it wasn't bad.
Right. So yeah, feeling. So what was the problem?
Could you share the screen,
Oh
please?
yes.
Thank you.
Uh, okay. Yeah. So what was your feeling?
It was 8. I think it was good.
So why 8 if it is?
Because I'm just not good at chunking. Like I think I
Okay.
prefer to talk than listen. It's
Okay.
not good.
Right. So basically, was your structure good enough?
Uh, I tried to ask everything in order and give information. I think
Hmm.
it was good enough. Yes.
Yeah. So you know the patient came in for knee pain, and then you discussed that, and then you talked about weight loss. Yes.
Yes.
And so what was the patient's eyes?
His idea was first the problem was his pain. Then he was worried about surgery, and he was also worried about the painkiller that he's taking, that it could affect him in long term.
Hmm. And did you address all of those?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, good. Okay. So, in fact, when you mentioned weight, the only thing you could do differently, I think, is to signpost and to say that, look, the painkillers, operations, everything that you're saying, I understand why you're worried. And yes, if you lose some weight, you can do without them. And so basically, um, just to clearly say that, okay, well, I agree, and I understand why you're worried about medicines and surgery. I agree with you, and therefore that is why I'm saying you can lose weight as a better option, because then you won't need surgery, you won't need this much painkiller. Uh, Okay. But basically, you said that, you implied that, but you need to actually to overtly say it. Okay.
Yes.
Uh, Info giving. I think you did well. It's just once we had to interrupt ourselves, yeah, each other. So yeah, it was good. I think there was no problem. S What is it with the patients who um, do not want uh, to change their lifestyle? What do we call this?
Non-compliance patients.
Uh,
I don't know
on
what's the term.
Yeah, they're unmotivated. Okay, we
Could you
usually
say that
say,
again, please? I didn't hear that.
unmotivated.
Oh,
So
I see.
yeah, we usually we use motivational interviewing techniques in this case. Okay, and what are those? Have you just touched on it?
I know them about like they're used for drugs usually, like cutting on drugs. Uh, I don't know how it works with like lifestyle changes. I think, but overall, I know that you have to tell patient that like I set a small goal for you,
Mm,
and when they achieve it, they'll be like more receptive to more change. Like if you give them a big goal, like tell them like lose 10 pounds, they will not listen. But if you tell them like walk like a block today and like
mhm.
next week make it two
Good,
blocks,
good.
they will more
Yeah, I
receptive.
mean, yes, that's exactly that is the case. So you say, how much weight to lose to make you a very happy person, for example. Okay, and then you can say, what do you think you can achieve in 1 month? How much weight loss? And if that happens, how happy would you be? So you just basically you picture it for them. That basically whatever is small, even they say, okay, I just want to lose 1 pound or 1 kilo. That's fine. Just go for it and see, and then you will be happy, and you will see that you will feel better, and that sense of achievement encourages them to carry on. Okay, so
Yes.
that is a motivation interviewing, basically to say, okay, just pick a goal as small as you wish, and just a time limit, and then think about how happy would you be, and then yeah, then review and reflect on it. And if they achieve it, that's good. If not, then you can say, okay, what went wrong, and you change that. In a no blame culture. Okay, good. So